Hello, Lord Enzo here. I just wish to talk to you about double swords today, as we stated earlier. I want to talk to you a little bit about the psychology of the fight. In other words, I want you to have an open mind. Keep your mind open to all possibilities. Anything is possible, you know. And I do mean anything. I want you to have an awareness of your opponent and all of your surroundings. Awareness, that means know where you are, know what's around you. Also, the last thing you should be thinking about is your techniques. But that might be. First of all, I want to talk to you about footwork. Footwork is very important. First of all, you got legs. If you're in a sword fight, then you don't want to be standing in one place. Otherwise, you'll be the perfect target for his point. You have to be mobile, which means your feet have to move. Let me show you a couple things here I've got in me notes just for you. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about is the types of blades. I've got two here, one for each kind. Two swords I have, that's right. This one being more of the rapier school, that's right. But it's 30 inches, and unlike a rapier, it has both cut and thrust. Most rapiers, a lot of rapiers, cannot cut. All they do is stab. This one has a double edge. It's called a side sword. It's from the era of the rapier, but not quite a rapier. It is a rapier type. This one, on the other hand, the right hand, is a much heavier sword. This is a schiavona, carried by the guards of the Doge of Venice. They were schiavoni. This is 33.5 inches long, double-edged, as is this one. Double-edged broadsword. This one can hack at you. This one might cut you and stab you. You wouldn't think of taking someone's head off with it, or perhaps their arm. But with this one, not a problem there. A head, an arm, a leg. Get a good strike, and that'll be it. All right, now, let's see here. The types of blades, as I was saying, some prefer a single-edge long sword, or a single-edged sword. I prefer a double-edge for what I'm about to show you. Now, some prefer the curved swords. The curved swords, they feel can get over the top of a straight sword because of the curvature of the top. Think about it. The curve can sometimes go places where a straight sword cannot. All right. Also, just the length of the blades is a whole thing. Some rapiers in the old days were, say, between 30 inches here, and say 46 or 47 inches, made long for a stabbing fight like so. You know? They wanted to be able to reach their opponent when their opponent could not reach them. And that's the way it was. First of all, I'm going to talk to you about circles again. Here's our circles. You've got a circle, moving in a circle, and another circle. You notice I advance? I'm at 12 o'clock here. Now I'm at 12 o'clock here. 9 o'clock there. 3 o'clock there. 6 o'clock and midnight there. 12 o'clock it is. But circles is what I mean. Circles. Now if you circle this way, you can circle. Now you want to keep yourself, your body moving. I'm going to stay in this line so that this camera can stay focused on me. But you'll need to move in a circle. Now whether you're moving in a circle like this, you need to move with your opponent. Now your opponent is where it's at. All of that is come from your opponent. So there you are. So there it is. So circles. Circle. Now whether you do a small circle, everything is a circle. If your opponent is trying to stab you, you circle his blade, push it away. You circle his blade and push it away. You circle his blade and push it away. So if you're circling small, if you're circling large, knocking him away, huh? Okay, circling small circles. Small circle, small circle, large circle, large circle. Aye, mate. Circles are the number of the game. Small circles, large circles. You need to coordinate your arms and your legs. As I said, when you're moving, you can move either way. You can move two ways. You can move both your hands. Or I like to move opposite. That way, you're going to have to move either way, and you never know where your opponent's going to try and strike. So if you're ready for them with either sword, from either direction, then it might be a good thing. One other thing I want to say to you is this. If you're in a situation where a fellow's got a boring axe on you, a lot of people will take two weapons at once. Even if it's just a club in one hand, a sword in the other, or a knife or a dagger, as they were taught in Europe in the days of old. Sword and dagger is where it is. And so you protect and you attack. Protect and attack. You can do that with either hand. Protect, attack, either way. Protect, attack, protect, attack. Now, you need independence of each of one of the hands. One can be doing one thing while another is doing another. Let me show you this. Here, we're doing a figure eight. Figure eight. Figure eight. Now you need strong wrists to do this. And you should practice this exercise because it's the way it should be. All right? Circles. Circles. Always circles. Circles. Everything's a circle. Move to your left, move to your right. But also, mind the diagonal. You're going to need to get out of the way. Out of the way of that diagonal. I wanted to talk to you. One last thing is deception. Deception is your greatest ally. Feint him. Make him go for one thing and give him another. Feint. Make him go for one thing and give him another. Feint. Double feint. All right. I want to talk about patterns. If you establish a pattern, be sure to break it. If you see any patterns on his side, make sure you take note of them, because they'll be either your undoing or his. If you see his patterns and you can get to him before he does, then it'll be a perfect thing for you, because you've sussed him. But if he sees yours and gets to you, then there'll be a problem. Mind your strong points. Mind your weak points also. Mind his strong points. Mind his weak points. Take note of all things. Know your surroundings. Know what's around you. Deception is your greatest ally, as I said. Now, you want to try and set some traps for your enemy. Pretend you're wounded. Pretend you're hurt. Fake some weak point that he can take advantage of and show it to him all the time. Continue to do this, and he will try and exploit the trap that you have set for him. Only make sure you have something grand for him. Something very grand. The last thing I want to talk to you about is escape. Escape and directions. You know how you came to this spot. Know the ways away. Because if it gets too hot, or your adversary has friends who join him in the fray, you may need to beat a hasty retreat. Always remember that some of the finest fighting men on the planet, I mean all, have from time to time retreated from battle. Remember, the old adage is true. He who fights and runs away lives to fight another day.